Dr. Basu is a digital gospeler and engaged in several research and consulting activities. His 3 ongoing projects are on crowdfunding, accounting, and reporting from blockchain platforms and CBDC. He is presently serving as the Senior Director, Services of Strategility Consulting Private Limited. His academic and professional background is supported by Master of Commerce, Fellow of the Cost and Management Accountants of India, and Fellow of the Chartered Accountants of India, and Fellow of the Institute of Management Accountants. He has recently completed a 9-year engagement as a full-time senior professor and chairperson of MBA Law of NMIMS University School of Business Management at Mumbai, and presently serving as an adjunct facility member of IIM Kozhikode as well as NMIMS SBM. He has earlier served the corporate world for nearly 34 years, majorly in corporate finance, accounting and reporting, strategic planning, risk management, and IT-enabled functions. His last 2 corporate positions were that of Global Group Controller and CFO of 2 large MNCs of India. Dr. Basu was conferred the Fellow of the All India Management Association in June 21 in recognition of his achievements and contributions in the field of professional management. He has received Lifetime Achievement Award from Triscon Global in 2016. He is also a member of the Computer Society of India. Blockchain Foundation of India has recently included him in the top list of top 50 blockchain influencers in India. Dr. Basu is an avid management educator, trainer, and mentor. He has chaired 4 World Blockchain and Artificial Intelligence Summits held in Moscow, Dubai, and India. And he has delivered several keynote speeches and led panel discussion sessions in hundreds of national and international summits, conferences, and seminars. Apart from authoring a book called Digital Transformation, a Prismatic View, published in March 2022, he has authored 4 case studies jointly with professors of IIM and a foreign university, which are available from Harvard and Ivy Publishing. He's a sought-after speaker, so I am so happy to have him with us today. Thank you, Dr. Basu, for accepting our invitation and addressing on the topic of blockchain technology, the boon for CFOs and CXOs. Over to you, Dr. Basu.
Arun,
thank you so much.
Here, if you allow, I just wanted to add a couple of lines. Arun, please.
Yeah,
sure.
Thanks.
Hello, everyone. This is Vineet. I am co-chair of FENG New Delhi chapter, along with my distinguished colleague, Arun, who just mentioned about our guest speaker, Dr. Basu. I just wanted to mention that it has been, not just our FENG's pleasure inviting Dr. Basu for the webinar today, but my individual pleasure as well in knowing Dr. Basu. I think, besides the endless list of laurels and recognitions which my colleague has mentioned, it's great to see the kind of authority Dr. Basu is on a topic which is of a global significance, and more than that, at the pinnacle of his career and educational experience, he is in constant pursuit of research and learning, and obviously correspondingly provide training to people like us, where there is a global impact in place. So I'm really glad to be a part of this webinar and learn from Dr. Basu. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much indeed, Vinitji, and very much indeed, Arun Kumarji. Thank you, Charlotte, for making the entire program possible through your kind offices. Yes, this is a real opportunity for me to share my thoughts on blockchain technology, the boon for CFOs and CXOs. I have decided the agenda with the 2 co-chairs of the FENG India chapter. So just quickly, one or two words. All these things in the slides you have been spoken about, but just to introduce you to me, let me also share with you that I have about 18,200 plus connections in LinkedIn. So if you feel that any question is remaining unanswered through this program, you can jolly well connect with me and I shall remain a message away to answer you. I'm also available in YouTube, and I have my personal YouTube channel where you can also connect with me. Whatever I will be speaking today will be based on my book, Digital Transformation, a Prismatic View, some of my research papers, one of which was published by AIMA, and of course, many statements I will make, which are based on the research work of mine from the scholars' work, and also the various use cases published by world-renowned giants of blockchain technology. I'll be quickly finished sharing with you the features of blockchain technology and smart contracts. Then I'll move forward to integration of technologies and enhancing IFCs and OFCs, that is internal financial control and operational financial control. Then I'll go to digital transformation with DeFi, liberating from CeFi to DeFi and CeFi in DeFi. I've written a specific paper on this particular topic. DT with virtual assets, tokenization and management by blockchain. I'll talk about it. I'll also talk about blockchain with driver for Web3.0 and Metaverse. DT with blockchain for accounting, auditing, and risk management that I will try to cover provided time permits. What you are seeing down below is work done by some of our students of engineering school who tried to do a part of one of the blockchain platform which have been ideated by me. I'll be using a lot of graphics in this, which are really available from internet. So I will be definitely acknowledging their support and their contribution to my work here. And I'm saying that this is not for any commercial purpose, but for only knowledge propagation. So let me start with features of blockchain technology and smart contracts. Participants, I will not try to elaborate any definition unless it is absolutely new, like zero knowledge proof. I will assume that some of the terminologies you are aware of. So if you need any subsequent clarification of any of my point, if you have any observation, if you have any question, please do write on the chat box. And at the end of the program, either Arunji or Vinitji will help me with the questions and I will try and answer you. So quickly, let me tell you, there are two types of technologies in the world which creates business impact and which creates transformational impact. Somewhere around 2016-17, blockchain was considered as a high business impact oriented technology, and it was considered down below 3D printing, brain-computer interface, smart machines, autonomous vehicle, Internet of Everything, etc., etc. As the year passed by, and as we are in 2023, I'm forced to draw another quadrant here and call it foundational technology. So blockchain is gradually proving to be a foundational technology, and about which there are a lot of research work available, one of which is from Harvard. So when you are talking about foundational technology, it does mean that it changes a lot of methods of living in our societal day-to-day life, and also methods and process and impacts and value creation and creating smile in the face of everybody through blockchain platform. So I will take it that blockchain will be moving towards foundational technology. And with that assumption, I will first like to tell you that let's forget one misconception, if at all it is there, that blockchain is not equal to cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency is not equal to blockchain. Such a wrong notion has come only because of one reason, that we have essentially in our hand only one software, maybe those who use it, is the cryptocurrency oriented software. But very soon, when very many softwares will come and sit on your smartphone, which are based backend of which is blockchain, perhaps this point will be understood by all of you. But let me tell you, thousands and thousands of applications have been put into use under research and pilot scale propagation in the world. Whenever you design any solution and deliver it through internet, you have with you 4 items of internet. One is the people who are participating in the internet. One is the idea which you have created or imported or embedded in the solution. The data which you will be either putting forward to users or you will be collecting for subsequent better service through the internet. And finally, there will be a lot of Internet of Things which will be used, including sensors. And one of the Internet of Things is nothing but the phone you are having. And when people are there, definitely there will be Internet of Behavior, like Facebook, when they study the data of various messages and various photographs, they can apply artificial intelligence and create a trend or draw an inference of behavior of people are there according to regions, age, professional groups, etc., etc. But whatever solution you create by whatever technology you use, the most important thing of that is trust, shared value proposition, value experience, ease of application, and sustainability. So whenever you create a digital transformational oriented solution, trust, shared value proposition, value experience, ease of application, and sustainability is very important. Even for non-profit oriented solution, even for solutions developed and given by governments, like the government apps which we saw during the COVID-19 pandemic in India, those are also meeting these 5 points. But we finance people, we come to industry, trade and commerce, and we say that in our solution designing, a couple of words are key: business, customer, product, teamwork, promotion, develop, budget, and analytics. All these works are bound by one common thread, and that is strategy. And coming to the finance people, you will not be happy only with strategy being satisfied or built or activated or mapped out or created, but you also would be like to have risk management and risk-enabled performance management. And so, as you know, the world has moved from ERM to REPM, risk-enabled performance management. So risk-enabled performance management means you operate with such systems which preconceives the risk way forward and create such enabling provisions that the risks are managed as you keep facing it. So blockchain technology was one such. Here is a thought of mine, the supreme art of design. I will read it for you. The process of nature repeating every minute, every hour, every day, every month, and every year, without perceived presence of any controller. Whenever you see anything happening in nature, you can't see who is controlling it or who is initiating it. So nature also protests and protects when human interferes into it too much. And disasters are very many, as you can see, all over the world. Blockchain solutions are to be developed with this doctrinal thought for innovative shared value creation. So the doctrinal thought is the absence of the controller to be seen. And here the controller is the nature. And in case of blockchain, the controller is the smart contract. I'll explain to you in greater detail. Now, what is blockchain technology? Very quickly, when it started sometime in 1960s and 70s in a network, we had a centralized network. Followed by it was a decentralized network. Suppose Indian banking system, they had state level or district level central servers. And those central servers of state level are connected to the head office or headquarter level servers. So this used to be called decentralized network. But when blockchain came in, it became the distributed network. Distributed network means every single computer is connected to every single computer. This is a miniature version of the distributed network. If you follow the arrows, you can see that all the 5 computers in this picture are connected to all the 5 computers. No computer is not connected with any other. So suppose you amplify this and take it to 5,000 or 50,000 or 500,000, blockchain technology believes that every node is connected with every other node. So, okay, so what we will be telling that in a simplistic word, blockchain is a P2P network, which is a people-to-people network, and now it can be also an enterprise-to-enterprise network. It operates with dual key mechanism. It doesn't know your name, your phone number, your mail ID, your PAN number, anything. It gives you a private key once you enter into after doing your KYC. And then when you announce transaction or approve transaction or see any transaction or create any announcement, you are known by a public key, which is a hash. Cryptographically enabled, that means anything and everything done in blockchain is cryptographed. That's why when you do a currency transaction, it is cryptographed. So the name cryptocurrency has come from this technology called encryption technology, because the currency is transacted in a cryptographed environment. That's why it is called cryptocurrency. And there is no central supervision. I was like telling you that when nature is controlling everything, but there is no central supervision, nature by itself is a very smart phenomena. Blockchain by itself is a very smart phenomena because it controls by a smart contract. And it functions like that. Every transaction, when it flows through, it has got a link of the previous transaction, and it has got a link which is carried to the next transaction through the Merkle route. This is little technical, let us not get into this. This is very important for you to understand, and that is where blockchain starts. What you trust is not necessarily what is true, and what is true is not necessarily what you trust. So what comes in blockchain? Blockchain believes in one single version of truth and is built on the foundation of trust. In blockchain, one transaction can have only one version of truth. And that version of truth is established by the smart contract and also now the zero knowledge proof. So the sole motive or motto of blockchain transactions, a blockchain solution, is to create single version of truth. Okay, so you as a blockchain designer, or you as a CFO who wants to adopt blockchain technology in your company's systems, how do you select whether you need a blockchain technology, whether for your intra-company or intercompany or a public blockchain? So there are certain questions. If the answers are no or yes, it will decide whether you need a blockchain or not. First question is, do you need a database? If you don't need a database, you don't use blockchain. Does it require shared write access? Shared write access, that means everybody can write a transaction, approve a transaction. If the answer is no, don't use blockchain. If the answer is yes, keep going and see whether blockchain can be selected by you. Are participants known and trusted? If the participants are known and trusted, then you don't need blockchain. If the participants are unknown and not trusted, you need a blockchain because blockchain's objective is to establish trust. A trusted third party is needed, wanted, and or essential. Do your solution need trusted third parties like your employees? If the answer is yes, you don't need blockchain. If our participants interested are unified together, their interests are together and unified, then you don't need blockchain. Are control functionalities needed and or essential? If the answer is yes, yes, you need blockchain. Are the transactions wanted to be private or public? Yes, you need blockchain. Now, if you need a transaction to be participated by public in general, you can create a public blockchain. Like the voting system of any democracy can be in a public blockchain. If you need a blockchain where in private companies or public people, general public or general vendors can participate at any point of time, you can use a hybrid blockchain. You will be knowing that 15 Indian banks have joined hands to create a blockchain for trade finance oriented transaction. That transaction will be an inter-firm transaction between banks and exporter and importers. It will use a hybrid blockchain for public and private. And when you create a blockchain platform only for yourself to be used by your company and nobody else, it is called private blockchain. Okay, so the blockchain functions these days with a ZKP or zero knowledge proof functionality. Zero knowledge proof functionality is a kind of a cryptograph algorithm. In this algorithm, certain powers are created through algorithmic calculations to establish the single version of truth without sharing any document or anything. So if there is a bank, and if there is a client, and if there is a verifier who is an investment banker, and if I want to invest $100,000 to a particular purpose, and I need to prove as a client to my investment banker that I have that money in the bank, these are the algorithmic facilities available through secret data and proofs without submitting my bank statement, without submitting any certificate from the bank. The consent will be given by the program itself that this man has got $100,000. So you as an investment banker can go ahead. This is called ZK SNARK or zero knowledge sucking non-interactive argument knowledge. So let's not get into this. This is something quite technical. The point here is the code for constructing or verifying proof of computation operates autonomously. That means a JKP is not dependent on anybody's whims and fancies. ZKP, which is zero knowledge proof algorithm, is embedded in the software itself. So I was telling you that blockchain is not cryptography and cryptocurrency, and cryptocurrency is not blockchain. You can see here, this list is little dated, 19 plus 9, 28, 19 plus 9, 28, plus another 8, roughly about 36 groups of applications which are there, which can be done by blockchain. These groups have increased further, like stock exchange has already been tested by Gibraltar, Switzerland, and UK to run a stock exchange using blockchain. Russia has tested voting to be done by blockchain. In Australia, an old age home is already running, which is the service platform, by blockchain. Donations can be done by blockchain. A singer or a filmmaker can secure his work by blockchain. I have ideated a gun safety management, which is very much needed in some of our countries in the world through blockchain. And with the help of IoT, we can do some more photography also, which can be integrated with blockchain. So recently I have spoken to students of Germany, Hamburg, where beehive management can be done through blockchain. So beehive means, as you know, in USA and in many parts of the world, bees are getting reduced day by day because of typhoons, tornado, and tempest, etc., etc. And small drone type bees are getting created, which can be controlled by blockchain. So blockchain is a very, very, very powerful technology. 80 disasters, PwC and World Bank has created a research paper where 80 disasters of the world can be controlled in terms of their impact on humanity by blockchain technology, like Great Barrier Reef of Australia, where temperature is being monitored and corrective actions are being initiated by blockchain technology. So I was talking to you about smart contracts. You will ask me as a finance person, what do you mean, Dr. Basu? Are you fooling us? No, I'm not fooling you. You pick up any contract act of any country. These are the 10 different conditions which will be required to be fulfilled if a contract has to be legally enforceable. And if the contract has to be taken to the court of law for any non-performance by any party, then the evidences are to be also created in such a manner that those are signed, etc., etc. You may not be knowing that in 2018 itself, Bank of China, the Supreme Court of China has given recognition to documentation and transaction created through blockchain technology as an acceptable evidence extracted in digital mode from blockchain platforms. So world is moving ahead quite a lot for accepting blockchain technology based documents. So what is a smart contract? A very eminent blockchain technologist has said that smart contracts are where rubber meets the road for business and blockchain. That means when business and blockchain comes together, the meeting point is the smart contract. What is a smart contract? A smart contract is a digitally embedded framework, duly coded lines, which is legally binding contract. Because when smart contracts are embedded into a blockchain platform, the smart contracts are vetted by very eminent legal lawyers and further tested for truth as per law by very, very eminent lawyers. So smart contracts are then embedded into the software. That's why smart contracts are these days called contractware, which is a new name of software. That means software enabled by and driven by smart contracts. When there is a library of smart contracts in the blockchain platform, where there are flexibilities are built in, if you want to change any clause of any smart contract through issuing transactions and accepting transaction, the smart contract can be changed and the transactional conditions can also be changed. And the blockchain can finally operate for that specific contract using that. So what are the benefits of smart contract? It is self-reliant, it is trustworthy, it is self-documented, it is safely preserved, it is backed up by evidence because there is a blockchain library created, it is quickly authorized because digital consents are there, cost savings happens because you don't run after lawyers time and again for creating a set of contracts for every transaction. It is without any physical lawyer because the lawyer has already done his job by embedding in the smart contract and it is regulation compliant. Suppose in any transaction, there are two countries involved, parties from two countries involved, like EXIM transaction or mergers and acquisition transaction, blockchain technology and smart contracts can be compliant for both the inbound country and the outbound country. So it gives you a better quality of your contract. It causes reduction in cost. It creates a situation where you have limited scope of conflict, limited scope of ambiguity, and limited scope of leaving gaps into it. And it can embed multi-country regulation. Therefore, a smart contract is defined. I was telling you that REPM, risk-enabled performance management, is given in smart contracts. And today, blockchain technology has come up with blockchain 4 facility and blockchain 3.0. Between these two versions of blockchain, a new concept has come, which is called wallet. I'll soon tell you what is a wallet. When you have, give you the exact definition, but let us understand that when you participate in a blockchain platform, in your computer node, the blockchain platform automatically deposits into a wallet all your transaction, all your documents, all your required details of the transaction, vis-a-vis the third party, vis-a-vis the other parties with whom you have done the transaction. And if you have an ERP system, this wallet can be linked to your ERP system through an application program interface called API. So there is no human intervention available or scope of human intervention available for passing any operational transaction or passing any financial transaction to your wallet, and from your wallet to directly putting things in a waiting folder for you to, once again, if you want to check, those transactions will be posted directly to your general ledger. Now, how the wallet is created? Can anybody and everybody create the transaction? Blockchain works on a system called consent. That means no transaction can get into a block, second block or continuous block unless the consent is provided. And who can give the consent is decided by the smart contract. So the new version, when blockchain 1 came in, or blockchain 2 also, in blockchain 2 we saw the smart contract, but blockchain 1 decided the theory that every single transaction will be available in every single computer node, which is participate in the blockchain. But now a cloud-based blockchain has come where you can have your wallet done from the blockchain, and the blockchain will allow you to see any transaction on a need-to-know basis. Suppose you are importing a machine from Germany to India, and you people have jointly decided that Bureau Veritas will be the quality certifier. Now, this quality certification has to be seen by bankers before issuing LC and honoring, before honoring LC, it has to be seen by the captain of the ship before accepting the cargo to be loaded and issuing a bill of lading. So, many transactions, many documents where you are not a party, but you need to see that, need to ensure that before proceeding forward, like a captain of a ship issuing a bill of lading, so he can see the certificate, although he is not a party to this transaction. So blockchain decides on a need-to-know basis, depending upon the nature of transaction, which documents to be shared with whom. So it's a holistic solution. It's a very user-friendly solution. It can do interoperability solution. And I'll come back to it in greater detail if there is any question comes in, because I have a whole lot of agenda to work on it. So essentially, I've created a dirty dozen feature of blockchain. It's an internet-based platform, P2P and E2E. It has got a smart contract. It believes in distributed data storage management system. It gives you a public key, so your identity is pseudonymous. You are not known to anybody by your name, phone number, or any other key which is private to you. There is no central authority because smart contract is autonomous, which operates by the algorithm and the system itself. All transactions are encrypted, not in a cryptocurrency blockchain. Any blockchain you create, the first feature of it is that it has to be cryptographed. Every transaction is authenticated by one or more nodes, like the certificate of Bureau Veritas. Your contract is saying that Bureau Veritas will be issuing. So 3 parties have to accept, that is Bureau Veritas, the importer, and the exporter. Authenticated transactions are pulled into the blockchain, and if any transaction has to be changed, it cannot be erased because it is immutable. It has to be corrected with another transaction. So it can't be changed. It follows logic and algorithmic rules for zero knowledge proof and for also cryptography. Even dynamic cryptography is possible, where the cryptography algorithm will be changing every 10 minutes. So dynamic cryptography makes the blockchain more secure, but it is a little expensive. All transactions can be easily retrieved and can be seen on a need-to-know basis, and almost non-hackable, except you use quantum computing. I have my own thoughts about quantum computing. If Feng gives me an opportunity someday, I'll talk about it. So these are the features of blockchain technology. Because of these features, perhaps the world has started accepting blockchain, and you as a finance professional will be very happy to see that this study was done by Deloitte. In 2018, it was done with 1,053. 2020, it was done with 1,488 professionals across the world from different organizations. 55% of the professionals said in 2020 that blockchain is critical and of strategic priority to our organization. 27% or 26% of these people have said blockchain is important, but not in top of the agenda. So if you add this 27 or 26 and add 55, 82% people of this 1488 who participated in this survey by Deloitte, the world-renowned Big Four, either it is in top of this strategic priority or it is very important. Another 14% said this is relevant for us. So you add 96% of the participant, 1,488 says either it is strategic priority or it is important or it is of relevance to our business organization. Coming to scalability, 88% feels that their experience is that it is scalable. 86% of those responded feels that there is a business case for them to have blockchain. 85% feels that either their customers or their competitors or their suppliers are moving on to blockchain, adopting blockchain platform. So he has to remain competitive and stay ahead of competition. They need blockchain. And 83% feels that competitive advantage is gained because of blockchain. So if you add these opinions, of course, some 30%, 39% are still feeling that this is overhyped. But this 39% doesn't match here because if you take out up to relevant level, only 4% has no opinion about it. They have not reached any conclusion and not relevant. So according to me, the world has accepted that blockchain is the technology of future, and sooner the better you get the truth machine, it is better for you. Now let us talk about is blockchain an isolated technology or it can be used with integration. Now I will be giving you a particular example, but before that, let me tell you, you as a finance man would accept and give capital allocation for any technological upgradation if it can do 7 functions. The first function, it can do data aggregation, which you require for your operations, and risk-enabled data and reliable data. It can do data management. It can do workflow automation because you don't want human intervention. Human intervention creates error. It makes your IFC, OFC, or Sarbanes-Oxley 404 maybe error-oriented, or can be fraud coming into it. The process component, that is whatever your systems, operations, policies, and SOPs, you can build into the system. Platform interface integration. I was telling you your ERP and blockchain can be integrated. End-to-end processing. If you start a transaction by announcing a transaction by asking for RFQ, and you finish the settlement by payment, and also keep 5% retention and finally make the payment, all these things can be done. And at the end of the day, if you are doing a customer-centric or a vendor-centric software, then at the end of the day, your front end of the software should be possible to be good. So blockchain can satisfy you as a finance professional, all these 7 criteria which you would like to satisfy yourself before accepting that technology and doing your capital allocation. Interestingly, blockchain technology can be included in and work simultaneously with artificial intelligence. Suppose you are a large organization and thousands and hundreds and millions of data you create and you are operating through blockchain. You want artificial intelligence to help you to do your strategy creation, and to see what is happening in the market, draw some inference, take corrective action, recraft your strategy, recraft your tactics. Yes, blockchain can give you artificial intelligence oriented solution. So blockchain and artificial intelligence can be clubbed together for functioning, and it has already been tested. In fact, there is a new solution provider coming up in the market called DeepBrain Chain. This DeepBrain Chain hopes to provide data alongside its decentralized AI services. That means AI we wanted to always keep close to our heart, and we didn't want to give to anybody. In a blockchain ecosystem, if I can integrate, this is your blockchain ecosystem, and this is your AI ecosystem. And if we can integrate the blockchain ecosystem and AI ecosystem, nothing like it, because there will be single source of data. And one of the most important requirement of success of AI is updating the data almost every day, every time. Otherwise, if you take decisions on old data, you'll be making mistakes, because the world is so dynamic and every day is a new day for business people. So AI can be integrated with blockchain. Here is a blockchain ideated by me, where there is one end is the smart contract, and other end there is a e-commerce platform for selling agricultural harvest. And you can see from the picture, there is a meteorologist, there is a drone surveillance, there is a quality control guy, there are farmers IoT and cluster, like when it takes out water from Mother Earth through a deep tubal, the sensors and IoTs can judge how much water he has taken out. There is a set of customers who will be buying the harvest. There is a banker who could be in future the CBDC holder. There will be an insurance company. There will be a vendor who gives you seeds, fertilizer, and equipment. There will be an equipment service provider, renter, soil scientist, and at the head of it, at the center of it is the farmer. I have ideated this technology, blockchain technology, and give you integration of blockchain technology in the form of here. Suppose there is a field, agriculture field, where there are hundreds of farmers are participating, and each part of their land is linked to GPS. And this drone will be flying over this GPS. And suppose the wheat crop, when it is growing, its leaves are turning yellow. The drone can go over the spaces here, and through the video, it can keep taking pictures of the how much density of green has turned to yellow, and then drone will be having an edge computer into it. It will do analysis of the yellow pictures, and there will be artificial intelligence there in the computer that if the density of the color or intensity of the color is so much, could be the reason. And all these things, when it is analyzed, it is sent back to the scientist and it goes back to blockchain platform, where scientists can see the data after announced by the drone. Scientists can then prompt through blockchain technology, this is the medicine you will be using, agromedicine you will be using. So drone company goes and gets to know what medicine has to be sprayed on which field, and the drone will be spraying the medicine, and thus the corrective action has been taken for the paddy or wheat to grow properly. So how many technology we have integrated here? We have integrated blockchain technology, which is at the center of it. We have integrated drone. We have integrated edge computing. We have integrated videography. We have integrated drone technology. And going forward, we can integrate AR and VR also. Suppose there is a flood and crop has fallen. Insurance company also can take the drone service and see what is the condition of the crop because of flood. And if the condition is such that the crop cannot be recovered, it can prompt to the insurance surveyor who did not come to the field, sitting in his office, he comes to know about the picture which shows that the crop has totally fallen and cannot be recovered. And everything getting done through blockchain technology. and various other technologies getting integrated. So integration is jolly well possible in blockchain. Now let's come to Web3. Quickly, we were there in Web 1 when we used to have one HTML page in the form of an Encyclopedia Britannica or an ELO page, where we used to get a URL and we used to see through internet, and there used to be one-way communication. You get to know various information from stores, or you used to use mail, where on the mail itself, I could not write, I have to write another mail to respond. That means if I have created a web page or a content in information economy, which was Web 1.0, in that information economy, there was no possibility of writing in the content itself something which can be known to the intended person. Then came Web 2.0. Web 2.0 is an interactive, like you do Facebook, your friend posts some photos and you like it or you comment it, or in LinkedIn you post and somebody comments it. You are a facilitator of content sharing. So Web 2.0 gives you content sharing, and Web 2.0 has given you an e-commerce platform where somebody can get into your business platform and do a contracting for buying, selling something. So e-commerce platform is a creation of Web 2.0, which is called the platform economy. You have an economy where financial transactions are done between unknown parties. Of course, there are some rules which are there. Now coming to Web 3.0, the fundamental of Web 3.0 is it is a peer-to-peer network. The moment it's a peer-to-peer network, it is dependent on decentralized apps. If it is a peer-to-peer network and a decentralized app, and now allowing users to own and control its own contents, essentially you need a blockchain. Even if you want to run a metaverse using augmented reality and virtual reality, you can do that through blockchain. So Web 3.0, which is the virtual ownership economy, can be created by blockchain technology. I'll give you an example. Suppose there is a river flowing in your village or in your town, and you are looking for a very strong beach for long, and government is not building it. What you can do, you can create a blockchain platform where you need suppose 100 crore rupees or $100,000 for creating that bridge. You make 100,000 tokens, which is equal to one token is equal to $1. And participating people can buy $1. And the revenue model when the bridge will be ready will be the toll. Each one passing through this bridge will be getting money. So it is called, this blockchain will now make you a holder of a token, which is equivalent to 1 by 100,000 ownership, represented by a token. And the token is administered through a blockchain, because suppose somebody is now in this town or he is now leaving that town and going some other place, he want to sell his tokens, he can sell through this. And this token is not cryptocurrency token. This token is backed by an asset, intangible physical asset, and it has got earning capability. So the more the profitable becomes this particular company, which is ownership is shared by people through blockchain, the more profit it earns, the more value of the token increases. That is the principle of Web 3.0 and an ownership economy. Like tomorrow, President Macron decides that he will tokenize Michelangelo's that famous Mona Lisa and tokenize it. He can do it. And Mona Lisa can be converted. Let the artwork remain where it is. It can be converted into an asset. And if the government allows ownership to public, it can be converted into a token. And the revenue model of the token would be as many times you go to see Mona Lisa, you will be charged some money. And that's the revenue model of the token. So convert it into a business model where revenue earnings will be more, and see what Web 3.0 can do. So Web 3.0 and Web 1.0 and 2.0. In Web 1.0, you can read, write. In Web 2, you can write. In Web 3.0, you can read, write, and own. In Web 3.0, you are using portable and personal user data. Whereas in Web 1.0, there used to be cookies. Cookies are still there today, but in blockchain, there is no need for any cookie. Medium, of course, it's a virtual economy is the medium, because Web 3.0 is called the ownership economy. Organization, it is community. Web 2.0 is platform-based. Like when you go to Amazon site to buy something, you are essentially getting into the platform of Amazon. Blockchain is now cloud-based. Blockchain is now decentralized, and blockchain does user engagement. Earlier, your engagement was with a page, or you was a cost per click advertisement. Now you are user engagement position. Now, how can you do digital transformation with virtual assets or tokenization? Let's do like this. So when you want to do any tokenization of any asset, or suppose you have done a film and you want to administer this film so that there is no piracy, you can participate in an IPR network of blockchain where your asset will be loaded, and anybody wants to see, they can go into that blockchain, download the film and see it. You can create the program in such a manner that if the film is seen twice or thrice, depending upon the money he has paid, it will not be seen for the 5th time or 3rd time. There will be restriction that can be created. And you will be having creating a digital wallet, which digital wallet your viewers or somebody has created a good song. The listener of the song can hear it 10 times. After 10 times, it will automatically stop. So if you think of this token is a cryptocurrency, I will say no, it's not a cryptocurrency, because this token is backed by a tangible asset or intangible asset which can create value. And if you are listening to a music or you are seeing a picture, there is an entertainment value and you are ready to pay it. So one of the major allegations against cryptocurrency is that there is no backing of it. Today, you can see there is a backing of it. So essentially what you are creating a decentralized finance economy where the finance is decentralized. The whole thing is happening. And I personally feel when CBDC, I'm a propagator of CBDC and I'm an antithesis of cryptocurrency always since 2016. So the moment CBDC comes, the people will be better known. People will be better facilitated for blockchain transaction. Even then, tokenization would be possible because you can pay in CBDC for buying the token, and the token will represent your ownership into any asset. Suppose you want to monetize this thing, in the blockchain system, there will be a banker and there will be buyer and seller of the token. That token you sell off, and CBDC will give you the cash because there is a participant banker in it. So entire whole thing will be under the guardianship of a smart contract, which will be principle and compliance oriented. So essentially, Web3 is giving you many facilities. Today, there is a decentralized science facility in Web3. It's a decentralized public infrastructure for scientific research. Many things can be done. I have explained to you a couple of things, but you will be interested in decentralized finance. In decentralized finance, it can be CBDC, non-fungible token, virtual digital assets, crowdfunding. Essentially, this is the asset which has been told or which has been included in the income tax of India last year. And if you deal on any virtual digital assets, not only cryptocurrency, and if you make money out of it, then you have to pay tax. So Indian Income Tax Act has adopted a much larger definition of tokens or virtual assets. And interoperability in any case can be done by API. There can be many other things. The beauty of it is that JetKF has come, and JetKF has further strengthened the security and safety of blockchain. Charlotte, I have another 10 minutes. Mr. Jain?
Yeah, you can.
Before I can go for question and answer?
Yeah. Yes,
okay.
Please.
Okay. So this is what is the features of DeFi, which I have already spoken about it before. I have just summarized this, so I'll skip this slide. So I am now doing a research on this in a conference of international conference of Nepal. I have ideated this thought and presented a keynote speech. I'm doing a research on it now in India, and my research scholar along with me is a professor of IIM Kozhikode and a professor from Alaska University, USA, where I'm ideating a platform where a startup can be facilitated in terms of giving money through a blockchain platform, where he can also display his product in a metaverse platform. So metaverse can be integrated, and the research which I'm doing, if I'm successful in publishing a paper, which will be an empirical research, my proposition to Government of India would be that make crowdfunding as the fourth asset class after mutual fund, because we must create entrepreneurship all around India. And for that matter, any developing country, if they want to make entrepreneur, and if there are ideas and not being funded by angels and VCs, then crowdfunding can be a very big option. So this is what I have ideated, and it is a technology integration oriented. My paper can be read, and I need your good wishes to be successful with this platform so that we can create a fourth asset class in India and in the world. Coming to DeFi, decentralized finance, which you will be interested, a very simple model which I have got from the research. What is DeFi and what is CeFi? CeFi means centralized finance and DeFi means decentralized finance. So are the financial assets controlled by the user or non-custodial? If they are not, user do not control the asset, then it is centralized finance, like banking today. If someone can significantly and single-handedly censor a transaction execution, if the censoring is possible for executing a transaction, this is CeFi intermediary with DeFi settlement. That is, CBDC would be something like that, where there will be a settlement, where there will be some kind of a control. So CeFi intermediary with a DeFi settlement. Can someone single-handedly censor the protocol execution? Yes, centrally governed DeFi. So CBDC will be moving from CeFi intermediary DeFi settlement. Now it will be centrally governed decentralized finance. And finally, if there is no someone who can single-handedly censor the protocol execution, then it is exclusively a CeFi. Now, you can create a CeFi in DeFi, and a lot of frauds have happened in cryptocurrency because of the DeFi operators, that is the fintech companies, have on the garb of operating a DeFi has run CeFi into it. Like the fintech operator has given collateral, taken cryptocurrencies as collateral, like Bitcoins as collaterals, and given loan in fiat currency. And that loan has been either extended in fiat currency or cryptocurrency. It does mean, suppose you have Ethereum and you need Bitcoin in loan, you can keep Ethereum as a collateral and take Bitcoin and vice versa, because interoperability has created. or if you have Bitcoin and if you want to keep that Bitcoin as a collateral and take fiat currency loan, you can take the loan. So these intermediaries have also started lending between two wallet holders. That means I have Bitcoin in my wallet, and there is another guy who has got Bitcoin in his wallet. I want some loan in Bitcoin. So these intermediaries have started running an external system by which Bitcoins are being lent, which is DeFi in CeFi in DeFi. Trading in derivatives. As you know, derivative trading is allowed in cryptocurrencies. So when you are allowing derivatives in cryptocurrency, essentially it is happening beyond the blockchain platform for that cryptocurrency. So this is a kind of a CeFi. Insurance service provider and credit default swap service providers also can be operated by fintech companies, and these fintech companies were essentially operators of blockchain-based cryptocurrencies. They now indulge into CeFi, where the moment you come out of the blockchain technology and platform and use CeFi as a mode of earning money, then getting into blockchain and doing the permitted transaction as per smart contract, you will end up doing fraud. And you know what has happened in FTX. I don't need to talk to you about it. Now, my last leg of the discussion, how audit can be done. The simple principle of auditing from blockchain platform. Suppose here is a blockchain client, and he has been appointed by the auditor. Now, the auditor has to first get to know the smart contract, which have been used from the library by my client, with say this client. So I will be, as an auditor, first get to know whether the smart contract is compliant with all regulations, whether TDS has been deducted while making payment against the service. So after testing the blockchain smart contract, which also I need not, I can use a blockchain monitor. That means a software which I can run into this blockchain platform, and I want to do a mock transaction where I make a service payment without deducting TDS. The smart contract will give us a pop-up that, hey, you have not deducted TDS. So please, your contract condition does not allow without TDS payment. So please do TDS provisioning in your system, then only you can do. In your system means, in this smart contract, there is a TDS provision. By any other transaction, if you want to remove the TDS provision, the blockchain will stop you. So the testing of the smart contract can be done by a auditor software tool, which can be run into this. PwC has already designed software tools for auditing through blockchain technology. And here is a guy who is the auditor of your blockchain platform. He can use a monitor which will be having access to this blockchain as an auditing participant person who will not have the right to do any transaction in the platform except for viewing. And in any case, these transactions will be deposited to a wallet of the client's wallet. And these wallets are now in the form of accounting transaction, operational transactions. So in any case, the output of the wallet can be seen by the guy, which is essentially in the node of the blockchain participant. But what has happened inside the blockchain, if he wants to see, he can use a software and run and see when transactions have happened and how transactions happen, and whether the smart contract is literally compliant. Let me tell you, the accounting entry, which has been passed to the wallet and now to your ERP system, whether it is as per INDES or US GAAP or IFRS, depending on the participant of the wallet, the smart contract creates the accounting entry and transfer to your wallet after abiding by the accounting policy by which you have created your ERP. That means you have declared accounting policy, and your declared accounting policy is definitely complied with your appropriate GAAP, that is IFRS or Ind AS or US GAAP, and the wallet knows and the smart contract knows that you are from India, so Ind AS your accounting standard. So the blockchain will create accounting entry based on your need and send it to you. And if the other guy is a US guy and he follows US GAAP, the other leg of the transaction will be passed on to his wallet following the US GAAP. That is the beauty of blockchain audit. And this is what you can see from here. This is a research paper done by some scholars. They have said that Ernst & Young has already invested $3 billion for creating facilities for blockchain audit. The first firm to accept Bitcoin as a fee for their audit fees and services. KPMG in 2017 with the Microsoft has created a blockchain-based services, which can be also audit services. Deloitte created its first blockchain lab in 2016. PwC has created digital asset services in 2016. So PwC has got this software also, which can access the customer blockchain, perform assessments and develop process flows, narrative, and assess the risk. Customize, this is the customized PwC's blockchain node where they can run a transaction which can give them access to the blockchain, and they operationalize the PwC software real-time testing and reporting user interface. So PwC has already created an algorithm which can test the transactions, and this software, when it is deployed, then definitely PwC can audit it. The audit is now, when it is done, this is much improved audit from the previous legacy system. Previous legacy systems is dependent upon samples of transaction, dependent upon a post-transaction audit after 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. But this software does every transaction on an all-9 real-time basis. So blockchain environment helps the auditor for conducting audit on an online real-time basis. So I will end my talk with a couple of words which I spoke in Moscow, and I want to speak here. Technology doesn't have morality, emotion, ethics, and value generation skill. Also, it doesn't have compassion, but the technologies have these qualities of morality, emotion, ethics, and value generation skill. Success of digital transformation, particularly with blockchain technology, will depend upon those humane qualities of solution builders. It should be grounded on the human foundation of sustainable shared values. And finally, there should be a global regulatory body, because humanity is one and the world is its home. If the world is the home of humanity and humanity is one, our blood is the same, whether I'm in Africa or in US or India, then there has to be a global standard like we have IFRS. We can do a little bit of change here and there depending upon the country-specific requirement. So there should be a regulator who should have more insight to regulate us through their oversight. And finally, customers must have options for self-initiated executable contract. At the end of the day, morality, emotion, ethics, value generation skill, and compassion will be very important. So in Moscow, I propagated 7 T's and 7 P's for success of blockchain: technology, talent, truth, trust, transparency, tenacity, and timeline. So these 7 T's of technology, talent, truth, trust, transparency, tenacity, and timeline should be supported by 7 P's, which are human quality: people, patience, passion, perseverance, piety, purity, and penance. So if these 7 P's are there with the people and the technology, and if there is a good infusion of these two, you will be able to create any software, may it be blockchain or AI or AR, VR or anything, which will be human oriented. Thank you very much indeed. And I'll stop sharing and now look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Basu. It was an excellent presentation. If you will permit me, I'll just go to the chat box to check out the questions.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
I have the first question from Ken Redford. He wants to know, is there a catalog of developers working in blockchain for specific industries? For example, if I want to know who is writing blockchain-based software for the real estate industry, where should he look?
There are organizations. Now, let me give you a little bit of background of it. If you want to develop blockchain-based solution for your industry specific, you can do it yourself, because today facilities are available where you buy a particular basic blockchain platform and customize it for your industry and your companies or your business ecosystems requirement. They will charge you an initial fixed fee. After that, they will charge you 2 cents or 3 cents. And that is the way all permission blockchain operates. But my suggestion to you would be, you develop your own blockchain platform for your own business. Finally, if you can successfully create your own blockchain platform, then you can also do business with that. But coming to your specific question after this suggestion of mine, essentially, I do not know, but I can definitely scout for it. If you write a message to my LinkedIn platform, I can scout for it and get to know for you who are the people working on real estate based blockchain platforms. That would be a pleasure of mine to work for you.
So the next question is from Al Holland.
Yes.
He would like to know, how will blockchain smart contracts be independently audited? It seems to be like an audit of the program logic by a team of experts. I think you have answered that in your presentation on the later
I think
part.
I have answered that. I have not shown you the RICS framework of Deloitte. Deloitte has already proved it through their literature, which I personally read, that the RICS management framework, which an auditor follows in respect of a particular client, can be equally followed in a blockchain. Only the method of auditing will be changing, where you will be giving client a software which will yourself run, and the blockchain platform provider will allow you to run that particular software, where the auditor will be auditing observing all the transactions and get to know wherever there is any going away from what should be done as an ethically, financially, legally, regulatory oriented transaction. If there is any violation of that, the blockchain can prove it. So audit becomes very easy, and you do not get into human oriented transaction audit through blockchain. You do a software oriented. That's why auditors are being told and lawyers are being told, better get to know blockchain, because somebody tomorrow can take away your profession. But I personally believe that the profession will continue. Professionals also will continue. They have to work from the thinking perspective more than the doing perspective. So routine mundane work will be taken over by software and blockchain. At least PwC has proved it on a pilot basis.
Okay, so the next one is from Radha. She is quite, she wanted to thank you for the presentation, and she would like to know whether she can reach out to you as she is looking at implementing blockchain. So whether she can reach out to you for further support is a question.
Most certainly she can write to me through LinkedIn, and we can then connect.
The next question is from Amitabh Khanna. He would like to know whether there is any real use case for land records across India. Is it already in test stage or trial phase? What is
Plenty. Land record, I believe, Chandrababu Naidu's time, I was invited for a blockchain conference in Vizag. So I understand that Telangana and Hyderabad, that is Tamil, what is that called? Hyderabad, right?
Yeah. Telangana,
they have Andhra Pradesh. They have developed central. Tamil Nadu has developed, are working on it. A couple of other states, I believe, West Bengal government has already intended. Some people are in the pilot, some people are in the ideation stage, and some people have already working in developing platforms. The important challenge they are facing is that all land records, suppose there is a owner of 150 years or 200 years of a land or a building property, perhaps those records are not be available. So created the original ownership record for old owned lands, or the father has died and there is an inheritance document and the land is now being cultivated as if they are owners and the mutation has not been done. Those kind of challenges are being faced, but definitely states are working on it. Some states, I'm aware, they are working on it.
Any other questions from the participants? Please register. I would like to have a question or two if you have time. Quickly.
Yes, Arun Kumarji,
I think question. Yes, please.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Vinit Jain, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I had a quick question. How do you establish trust between the parties? Is it through KYC, know your customer, and taking the relevant documents as a part of the master data which you create before you start the transaction?
Very good question, Vinitji. What is the starting point? Now, let me tell you what is the starting point in a blockchain. There are two solutions available to it. The one solution is that in your blockchain platform, which is pre-blockchain stage, you create a software solution, which is a KYP solution, not KYC. KYP means know your participant. They are all required documents like your phone number, your mail ID, everything, anything and everything required in India are taken. Because tomorrow, if any fraud happens or if any transaction goes into litigations, the court of law has to know, has to break the hashtag or your public key and get to know who are you. So once those documents are loaded and you fill up the form, you are given a private key. And you are now in a position to get into the main blockchain platform using your private key, which is not a phone number or anything, which is a blockchain smart contract algorithm oriented generate key. Once you get into the blockchain platform, you are initiating, suppose you are looking for a tender quotation to be, you are saying that I want to buy 1,000 tons of copper, please give me quotations. Once you announce this transaction in a supply chain blockchain platform, you will be known by a public key, which is nothing but a hashtag attached to you. So KYC or KYP is done, but that is kept out of blockchain. And that is a secret position in the blockchain, which is now converted into a private key. Now, let me tell you, any KYP is a very expensive process. As we know, about 650 rupees is the charge of doing KYC for any person by a banker. So IBM has come out with a solution. What is the solution? Any corporate house can get themselves their KYP done. Now, this particular block, it's a blockchain solution for KYP only, no other transaction. Once you do the KYP of yourself, suppose you are now getting into trade finance blockchain, which is another blockchain. There will be an interoperability between the IBM blockchain and the trade finance blockchain, where you will be having a question from the trade finance blockchain, that are you a certified party? Then the question will be automatically routed through IBM's blockchain platform, and IBM blockchain platform will tell the trade finance platform, yes, he is a KYP confirmed party. Then you don't need to do your KYP again in that blockchain platform. Straight away, you will be issued a private key, which will be an algorithmic oriented private key. So both the solutions are available, but scalability is a big issue. IBM themselves are saying, I have not researched out whether IBM has rolled it out, but this idea has already been generated and IBM has worked on it. Could I explain, Vinitji?
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yes, Arunji, aapki question.
Yeah, my question is, first of all, the last slide was very, very impressive. I think that pinned the entire conversation as the most important factor that we need to observe and consider while engaging on a blockchain technology. It is very...
Yes, this is why I spoke in Moscow, and it was a huge popularity in Moscow.
Absolutely. My question
in fact,
is
I have presented in Economic Times National Forum, National Conference on Technology. I was invited, and this is the topic I presented: ethical and human dimensions of blockchain, of digital transformation. 27th, I am in Cochin. I'll be presenting the same talk, human and ethical dimensions of digital transformation. So maybe 10 times I have presented that, Arun Kumarji, and that is why I'm calling a gospeler myself.
Yeah, it is timeless. Whatever you have stated is timeless, and then it holds, behooves all the professionals to observe that, irrespective of whatever may be the context it is applied in. Blockchain technology is a new technology. Yesterday it was something else. Tomorrow it is going to be something else. But I think you hit the crux exactly. I'm really impressed. My question is on this REPM. If you can briefly, I'm not able to make it is responsive in terms of contextual, or how exactly it will help the CFOs to manage this.
So I do an executive training program of transforming from enterprise risk management to risk-enabled performance management. Enterprise risk management system is a reactive risk management system where you anticipate certain risks, create a risk register, and then take some list of actions. Some actions you initiated before the risk comes, some action you initiated after the risk comes. This is a reactive methodology, and it's an anticipatory methodology. Whereas in risk-enabled performance management, the risks which are probable, your systems and process policy level not only defined, but in transaction processing and in the software, those risks are covered. It means, suppose you're giving 90 days credit period to a party, and you're suddenly your business wanted, no 100 days de do, competitors giving, so aap kisi ko permission de diya, wo software SAP mein jaake that has been changed to 100. This is not the issue. The issue here is the blockchain will be having an artificial intelligence software with you. The credit enablement or credit worthiness of the party will be tested by the software itself, and the blockchain itself will decide how much you should give and take your consent. So what I'm trying to say, that instead of a reactive risk management company, you become a proactive risk management company. And instead of taking corrective actions when you face the risk, you make your systems and processes in such a manner that even if the risk comes in your way, it will not be able to affect you. That is called risk-enabled performance management.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And there are plenty of things can be talked about it, but in the interest of time, I've stopped.
Thank you for having you with us today. It was excellent, mind-blowing. There's so much to digest on this new technology. And I'm very happy that all of our members and participants are impressed with.
Can you give me permission? I would like to hear one sentence from Jatinji.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, I was on mute. So thank you, Dr. Basu, for the special call out. So no, I think this is a subject which I'll be very honest, I have been reading a little bit, but not in detail. And therefore, I was very keenly looking forward to this session. This had been announced some time ago. And I have certainly been tracking you in terms of your academic work. So I knew we were in good hands today. So, and it was absolutely mind-blowing, as Arun said, and it was very simple. I think you put out examples which were very easy to understand. Often we get lost in technology, but I think you were addressing us as accountants. I dare say not even a started accountant, which was very good because we could relate to the concepts very nicely. And I'm sure the same is true for everybody. So I think I will reach out to you. I'm very interested in this subject, and I will perhaps end up becoming a coachee to you in terms of trying to take some coaching on the subject from you. I did write to you.
I'm attending an international conference.
Okay. Right. And of course, at some time, we'll try to meet up. We haven't met for a long time.
Thank you. There is a comment from a participant here, Mark.
Yeah. A very good and informative presentation. He believes that it appears that India is at the forefront of the technology. And he says that we will be announcing soon a CRE platform utilizing blockchain and tokenization of CRE. That's what he's saying, and wishes you a good weekend.
Thank you. Best wishes for your endeavor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all for joining us today from the east and the west and the south, from across the world. It is a privilege to host you all, and then so much thank Dr. Basu for quickly considering my request and then accepting it. So really, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Basu.
Thank you. Good morning to all, and have a lovely day for my US and West, and good night to all my participants of India. Thank you, Vinitji, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Basu. It has been a pleasure knowing you and exchanging views on this topic of global impact. Thank you.
Thank you. In fact, tomorrow I have a morning flight to catch.
I was about to add that I want to thank Arun and Vineet for organizing this particular topic, picking up this topic and this session.
In fact, I'm flying to Dhanbad tomorrow. I'm flying to Dhanbad tomorrow for talking to the coal belt accountants on artificial intelligence and management accounting. So
great.
I have
the best.
We will certainly connect with you over LinkedIn and on your channels to stay tuned for all the updates, because this is such a critical topic. And thank you, Jatin. It's all because of support from people like you. We are able to really work on these webinars, and individually we can't learn. So it's really a perfect example of 1 + 1 = 10. So I appreciate you coming over and enriching this forum.
Thank you. Bye.